Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Twilight Tarot Wisdom here. Today's reading is going to be for mid-March 2022 love reading for my water signs, okay? So I know it's been a couple of weeks. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I really posted anything. I apologize. I've just been really busy with a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. But I definitely did want to at least do the month or a mid-month reading. And for the month of March, instead of individual sign readings, I'm going to put the elements together. So today's reading is going to be for my water signs. That's going to be my Scorpio, my Pisces, and my Cancers out there. So let's see what's going on. And I'm going to move this camera just a little bit. Let's see what's going on with my water signs for the month of March. Month of March. What's going on in love? I've got a King of Wands. Okay, so you may be dealing with a King of Wands. This would typically be a Sagittarius, a Leo, or Aries. You may be dealing with... It could also be somebody who has the energetic frequency of a King of Wands. So fiery, passionate, hot, heated. So what's going on? What's going on with this person? All right. And I've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So what this tells me is probably you were probably feeling trapped by this person, or they were feeling trapped by you. But it's interesting. I did the fire signs earlier today. And I believe a water sign came out at the end of that reading. And it's funny because now a fire sign comes out here, and they also had an Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so yeah, I heavily pick up you fire signs, you're dealing with water signs, and vice versa. Okay, heavily. Probably coming to a period this month where you feel like there may be movement between the two of you. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, please. I've got the Emperor. My Emperor is my Aries. So there's definitely a masculine energy here, heavy masculine energy here. Remember, general readings doesn't necessarily mean strictly, King of Wands and Emperor, strictly just masculine. But when I'm feeling is that it's masculine, it could be a female that you're dealing with, but I definitely feel like there is a fire type of person in this reading, somebody fiery. I almost even kind of feel like there may have been two people here. It's between a King of Wands and an Emperor, and perhaps you were feeling stuck between the two. The King of Wands here is facing the other way, not looking directly at the Emperor. This could be the same person. It could be that they were feeling stuck, and now they're coming into their Emperor type of energy and vibe and making a decision. Spirit, can you clarify to me what this Eight of Swords is in reverse, please? Why is the Eight of Swords here in reverse, and why are my water signs experiencing this? I've got the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups. Okay, so I definitely feel, water signs, you were dealing with somebody else who... There's a lot of regret here. They may have not been taking your offer. They may have been ignoring you. A Four of Cups can sometimes mean boredom as well. There's something to do with regret. And I do feel like it's coming from this King of Wands energy. There's a sense of regret. I feel like in the month of March... maybe in the past, this person was saying that they felt very stuck and they weren't moving things forward with you. And now they're feeling like, okay, things are unraveling. No, I no longer feel trapped. I no longer feel stuck or trapped, but with that comes regret. I feel like somebody was ignoring the other or not paying attention so much. I also feel like they may have been trying to ignore their emotions of regret. There's definitely something here where someone feels bad for something they did. I feel like there was something that they did or they said that they regret. It could have even been, they may have even told you that they felt trapped by you, or trapped with you, and they regret this now. They regret that they weren't paying attention to their emotions more. I do feel like they were purposely trying to ignore their emotions. I'm also hearing putting the blame on you. Like, it's like they were trying to blame you for the reasons why they felt trapped or stuck. And rather than, they were trying to blame you for that reason. And it wasn't you. It's now they regret that. They also regret not taking your offer when you offered it. I feel like you may have offered a cup to them at some point, and now they regret not having taken it. But I also do feel like they don't feel like they're the emperor. It's something to do with the past. They weren't in an emperor type of energy. Spirit, can you tell me who this emperor is, please? Why is the emperor here? And can you tell me who this is? The Star, Hope. The Emperor could be you. Water signs, you may be coming into an energy where you're taking more control of your life. And I do feel like this Emperor energy might actually be you, water signs, where I feel like you're taking more control of your life and being more empowered, and you're having hope for your own future. It could also mean that you're wishing for this Emperor. There is a King of Wands here, but I do feel like this King of Wands may have turned their back on you. And now they're regretting it. They regret telling you something or doing something. I feel like you may have, as emotional as my water signs can be, I do feel, as empathetic as you can be too, I do feel like you offered a cup at some point, and this person, whoever this is, ignored you and didn't accept it. But I also do feel like you're wishing for an emperor. I think deep down, you know that this person is not an emperor right now, and that they are in a king energy, which is still good. Okay, that's great. But they are not in a they are not in a position in their life to be an emperor right now. They're not treating you like an empress. That's for sure. They're not treating you like an empress. And you're wishing for your emperor because you are an empress, whether you're a female or a male. Can you tell me more about this King of Wands? Who is this King of Wands? Hangman Reverse. This is somebody who's refusing to see things from an outside perspective or a different perspective. This is somebody who's refusing to see things from and put themselves in your shoes, okay? I feel like you've probably given this person guidance many times. You've probably suggested many things to them, and I feel like they're refusing to see things from your perspective, or rather anyone's perspective, right? Hangman Reverse is somebody who is definitely not willing to move things forward. They're kind of waiting. They're waiting even more so, but it really comes from a place of refusing enlightenment, refusing seeing things from a different perspective. Tell me more about this King of Wands, please. The World. This may have been a situation where you guys ended things, and there was an ending to this connection. They may be refusing to see different perspectives aside from just the comforts of their own home. It's almost like they're refusing to see other perspectives outside of just the comforts of their family or even their close friends. Like I said, they're not seeing things from your perspective. Can you tell me what it is that they regret? What is it that they regret then? They were not patient enough with you, that's for sure. They weren't patient. They didn't really, I feel like they didn't really try to make things work. I feel like they didn't put in all the effort that they possibly could have. I feel like they are reflecting on certain aspects of your relationship, or whatever you did have, whatever relationship you did have. And I feel like they regret not having given more time and patience and understanding. What else do they regret? What do they regret? What does this person regret? Arguments. There's definitely something here about arguments as well that maybe you both got into. There may have been other competition. There may have been jealousy. There may have been, one person may have been very jealous of other people. Bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Pentacles. It's just interesting because I have so many fives here already. I do feel like this was a person with this Four of Cups here. It's a person who left you out in the cold a lot. I also feel like this is a person who maybe did not make you feel included in a lot that they did, included in their own world. I feel like they left you out of their own world a lot. I do feel like they regret, remember how I was saying at the beginning, they regret something they said? I do feel like they regret something they said in an argument, particularly when you guys were in an argument. I feel like, honestly, water signs, you did your part. I really do feel like you did your part as far as being empathetic and being supportive for this partner. But I just feel like they refuse to take your cup. They refuse to see things from your perspective. And there's definitely something here about them. They're not very patient. Look, a King of Wands can snap very easily. Out of all signs, the wands, the fiery ones, the fiery element or fire element is they can be the most impulsive. They can also be the most argumentative. And they can be the most hot-headed, you know? And I do feel like they regret a lot of the way that they treated you in arguments. I feel they weren't compassionate enough with this Temperance here. They weren't compassionate enough. They were cold and cutting sometimes. This Five of Pentacles, like, is when somebody feels completely left out and cold and cut out, you know? What is it that you were offering them? Spirit, can you tell me what my water signs were even offering them? What cup were they offering them? Look, Two of Cups. See, my water signs, you guys were actually offering a true connection, intimacy, connection, compassion. You were offering them a true connection. Literally, when I asked what were they offering them, you were literally offering them a cup. Okay? Like, literally, you were offering them this deep mental connection, intuition, love, everything, healing. I also get a lot of healing. You were very supportive to this person. Remember, this is a March reading, but I'm also kind of picking up other energies here. Like, I'm picking up stuff from maybe past situation as well, but perhaps this is something either happening in the month of March right now, or this could also be something that you've gone through that is still working itself out in the 5D. Okay, but you were offering them a cup. You really were. What else were my water signs offering them? I mean, you were genuine. Look, another 5. Okay, in a lot of ways. And remember how I said you were offering them advice? That's what my Hierophant does. Okay? My water signs out there, out of all signs, you tend to be the most intuitive. Okay? Because you tend to be the most empathic. All right? And that being said, a lot of times you're coming off as a healer here. You remember how I even mentioned healing? Okay, it's so, I love when Spirit puts things together for me. Okay, very healing, advising, giving advice, almost like being a mentor. Okay, you're being like a teacher to them, a mentor to them, and you are offering them advice that they're refusing to take. They're refusing to see things. It's like you're trying to offer them enlightenment, and they're refusing enlightenment. They're refusing it. And I will tell you this much. Being in a relationship where you're the mentor and you're the teacher, not a very fun relationship. I've been in relationships like that before. It can get very frustrating because a relationship is not about a mentor-mentee. A relationship is a partnership. okay? And I feel like this relationship with this person turned into you being the teacher and them being the student. And really what you wanted to offer was an equal relationship where each of you teach each other. Each of you give advice to the other, okay? And I think this started turning into you being like that. You're more in the emperor type of empress type of energy where they're still at a king or queen level, you know? And I think you are offering them advice. You're offering them healing, even spiritual healing, and they're refusing to take it, refusing to see it. Now, that being said, because the Eight of Swords was in reverse here, that tells me that this month, that is being stripped away. I do feel like they blamed you a lot, or blame you a lot, for their situation and circumstances in life. And I think they're finally starting to see that they are not stuck because of you. That's what they're regretting. I do feel like, although they're refusing to see things from a different perspective, there is regret and this emotion that they were trying to push away and numb out. They're finally starting to feel it and realize, oh boy, my water sign wasn't the problem, I am, right? But I gotta tell you, these fire signs or this King of Wands can be very arrogant, can be very egotistical. So it's very difficult to strip away the ego of a King of Wands, okay? It can be very difficult to strip that away. One other thing I want to mention is, look, bottom of the deck, I've got the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is you, my water signs. Like I said, I feel like you're becoming more like an emperor. You're becoming very empowered. You're becoming very independent. You're having hope for yourself of being this emperor and taking this emperor role. And the Nine of Pentacles is very much so very independent, but wealthy on their own, on her own in this card depiction. This is somebody who can take care of themselves and doesn't necessarily need a king, okay? Because this is a person, the emperor doesn't need a king. Emperor wants an empress, okay? It's not about needing the other person, because what I feel like, water signs, you've come to understand is you don't need anybody. You can do it on your own. And I feel like for the month of March, that's what you're really coming into realizing when it comes to love, is that you don't need anybody. You would want an equal partner, but you don't need them to survive. You don't need them to be successful. You don't need them to be a Nine of Pentacles. You don't need them to be an emperor. You don't even need them to be a Hierophant, okay? You can do all of that on your own. I think that in the month of March, that's what you're realizing. You're coming to realize is that you can have your own success on your own, regardless of who your partner is in love. I feel like the person you're dealing with, you were just hoping they could meet you, you know, be that emperor or empress for you, because you want them to be, not because you need them to be, because you are an emperor and empress all on your own, okay? And that's pretty much what I'm picking up here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the reading there. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, let me know how this resonated. And if it didn't, feel free to watch any of my other videos based off of the aspects in your chart, such as your moon, Venus, rising. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, water signs. Bye.